Welcome to Vodalys Studio webinar presentation. My name is François Abbé. I'm thrilled to be with you. In 10 minutes, you're going to view everything you need to know to produce your first professional-looking webinar using Vodalys Studio in just 3 parts. Selecting the sources, selecting where you're going to view to broadcast your webinar, and mixing the sources to make a nice-looking program. So the first step is to first register to use the Vodalys software and solution. To do this, you don't need much. First of all, you need to have access to Google Chrome, the internet browser. Go simply to doodle.com and download Chrome for your operating system. Then you just need to go to vodalys.studio. I prefer the English version. Then sign up. Enter your email. I've cheated a little bit. I've done it before. Then your password. Enter your password again. Then create an account. Then you get a message, your account has been created. You just need to go to your email. So open your email and you should get a mail from Vodalys Studio here. You open it, then click activate your account. And you're done. A new window opens. Then the next stage is to create a project and start using the studio. So I'm going to tell the system that I want to start a new project. It's the conference option that I'm interested in. So I'm starting. I'm going to call it webinar. The interface is very straightforward. At the top, it's my sources. Just below, broadcast means where you're going to broadcast your program. Below that, it's the fun part. It's the studio itself. Then below that, it's where you moderate questions. And right at the bottom is the video on demand section. It's where you can download what you've effectively broadcast, what you've recorded. One of the differences between a standard webinar and what I call a professional webinar, it's the variety of sources you're going to be using. This is what we're going to see now. What I'm going to say is I'm going to use my webcam as a source. So I hit Contributors Webcam. And you can see here on the right, I'm going to go a bit below, I've got this open capture page. I hit this. A new section opens here at the top and I hit record and you're going to see my darkest secret. Look at this, it's my bike in the back of my office. I go back to the studio. You can see here add a source. I hit this and I'm going to select the contributor screen. I've got a projector connected as a second screen to my computer. This is what I'm going to be using as a presentation source. So my contributor screen is here. I hit this. Same thing again. Here you can see a bit below open capture page. It opens yet another window here. I select the screen I wish to cast. So on my computer, I've got 2 screens. I've got my presentation on a projector and the screen you're actually seeing now. I'm going to be saying, this is my presentation here. This is the screen I want to share. I'm going to hide these little notices I have here. There you go, so that I'm no longer bothered. I've got my webcam, and now I want to have a video source. So I want a countdown. So I select video file. You can see upload video here. I click on this. My video is here, countdown, 10 minutes. So the system loads up the video. Now let's set up our player where our guests will be able to view the program. Below the sources, I've got the broadcast section. Here I can select where I want to broadcast. I want to keep it simple and stupid. I'm going to open the player to start with. We can look at more advanced options later on. Here is my player. It's going to be called my webinar. And this is the important bit. This is the address where people can view the webinar, up to 200 people at a time. I'm going to make a copy, right click, copy, and I'm going to paste this in an email. I'm going to send to my guests. So for argument's sake, I'm going to send it to myself. So this is it. We're ready to send this to our guests. We can start now the fun part with the studio. Here is how I can mix different sources to actually make a proper professional webinar. So I go back to my Vodalys Studio. I've got the broadcast bit. Below this is the studio. It's the magic place. In my studio, I can select who the speaker is going to be. This is me. Look, me with my messy room and my bike. Hello. Then I'm going to be selecting the media that I like. The media is right here. You can see my presentation, and below this is effectively my countdown. I want to start the webinar with a countdown. This is what I'm going to be doing. So let's hit media at the bottom. Go live with the countdown. Here is my countdown starting. The countdown is started. I can now start streaming. So I hit the start button and I'm now streaming. You can see the red start streaming on the top right hand corner. I'm going to go to the broadcast section. At the bottom of the broadcast section, I can check that I'm really streaming out my program. So a new tab opens with the player and you can see my countdown is there. I can hit play and then off we go. We can see what is really outside, what can really be viewed by people. Then I go back to my studio, the fun bit, to the mixer, and then I'm going to be selecting between the three options. So you're going to see at the bottom, when I click, I can see myself in picture-in-picture mode, myself full screen, or what we call media full screen. After my countdown, I want to go straight to the presentation. So I go a bit below and I'm going to hit play or go live. There we are. My presentation is now live. I can start chatting. Then I want to show my face. I hit picture-in-picture. Today, it's another grand day for our company. I'm here with the best experts in the world about the Cyber Mondays and how Mondays can become cool with our company. So this is it. Now I can go back to my presentation in picture-in-picture mode. Here we are. I can browse through my presentation. So I made this presentation so that you see in parts like here, I need to remove my picture. I click again on picture-in-picture and I just select the media. This is how I can produce, by mixing sources, a professional webinar. I've reached the end of my webinar. What should I do? Well, I just stop streaming. Hit stop. And within minutes, right below here, in the VOD section, I will find my recorded file I can download for future use. We have reached the end. I'm very pleased that you made it to the end. Those 10 minutes that make effectively 80% of what you need to know about a professional looking webinar using Vodalys Studio. Keep on that great work.